What is up, gamers? It is Will 777JP, and we are back with another one. And today, you guys are going to get my initial reaction to the Switch 2 docked. Yes. Now, you previously seen my initial reactions with the Switch 2 handheld. Um, the same day is when I'm recording this video, so I recorded that as soon as I got off work. I'm going to record the docked version of that video evening of the same day before I go to bed. So I still have to put more hours into the Switch in both handheld and docked modes. But I was going to save this for a later date, but man, I really wanted to satiate my curiosity. So what we're going to do today is we're going to check one game from the Switch OLED docked, and then we're going to check it out on the Switch 2 docked, and then we're going to go back and double check a couple games on the Switch 2 docked only. So before I get started, I want to say thank you so much for all your support. You guys have been phenomenal. Of course, if you like what you see, hit that like button. That way YouTube knows that, hey, let's get this video out there so other people can see. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Help me reach my subscriber goal of 1,000 subscribers before the month of June ends, and hit that notification bell so you stay up to date. So the games that we're going to check out real quick is I want to do a quick comparison between the Switch OLED and the Switch 2. And that game is going to be Mario Odyssey. Now, Mario Odyssey is a game that received basically a free Switch 2 update. So I have here on my secondary phone a list of games that have free updates, and I'm going to show you guys right now. So this is straight from the Nintendo website, and it says here, free updates for select Nintendo Switch games. Free updates to enhance gameplay experience on the Nintendo Switch 2 system will be released for select Nintendo Switch games. By connecting your Nintendo Switch 2 to the internet and performing a system update, you can download the free updates for selected games that may improve graphics or add support for features such as game share content. Let's get this thing here. The contents of these free updates will differ depending on the game. So the first one that they have on the list is a game called ARMS. I've actually never heard of it, but updates include visual optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 display and high resolution TVs for improved image quality, frame rate optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 for smoother movement, even when playing with 3 or more players, and HDR support. Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain. So this one is, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this to... there we go. Up to 4 people can play, so it's just game share. The next one is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This one's going to have visual optimization for the Switch 2 and high resolution TV for improved image quality, HDR support. Also game share. Next one is Clubhouse Games. This one is going to do game share. Game Builder Garage. This one is going to include visual optimization for the Switch 2 and high resolution TV, improved image quality. Also supports Joy-Con 2 mouse control. I just traded this game in a few weeks ago. And then we have Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. This one is going to do visuals optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 display and high resolution TVs for improved image quality. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is visuals optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 display and high resolution TVs for improved image quality, and frame rate improved for smoother movement on Nintendo Switch 2. So I know that's something that a lot of people really wanted out of those two games, and Violet is the exact same thing. And then Super Mario 3D World, this one's going to have visuals optimized, right? Frame rate optimized for smoother movement on the Switch 2, including Browser's Fury, HDR support. And then, of course, game share support. So up to 4 people can play Super Mario 3D World. And Bowser's Fury, 2 people can play together with 1 player controlling Mario and the other controlling Bowser Jr. Share locally or share online via game chat. And then here's Mario Odyssey, the game that I'm going to check out. Or I'm going to check out between the OLED and the Switch 2. So this one has visual optimized for the Switch 2 display and high resolution TVs for improved image quality, HDR support. And then it has the game share part. So 2 people can play together. So I'm not going to do the game share part. I'm just going to do, I want to see what the, I just want to see what the visual optimization is. And then we have Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This one is another visual optimization, HDR support. Zelda Link's Awakening, same thing. And then that's it. So those are all the free updates from Nintendo first party. Now there are Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom that will have the $10 upgrade, so you can convert it into the Switch 2 version, which will give you a better frame rate. Well, actually, let's look it up real quick, what exactly that entails. All right, so here we have straight from the eShop, Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is the upgrade that I paid for in the previous video that I made with my initial reactions handheld mode. It was $10, and this is what they're saying. So compatible, so exclusive features for the Switch 2. It is compatible with Zelda Notes, a feature of the Nintendo Switch app for smart devices. Performance upgrades to the base game, higher definition and smoother visuals. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition is only playable on Nintendo Switch 2. Right? So they're saying that it's going to increase visuals and performance. So you can also do this app thing, which I haven't really dug into, and I'll really find out what more that is. But there's another thing that I found interesting right here, right? It says continue your journey or start a new adventure. With 2 save files, you can start a new adventure or continue previous one with your existing save data. Please note, the second save data file created in Nintendo Switch 2 edition cannot be transferred to the original Nintendo Switch version of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game to play. So pretty interesting. Basically, you can't go backwards. So right here says it again. Faster loading times, improved gameplay experience. With quicker load times, you can travel across the map of Hyrule faster than ever before. So we're going to be checking that out, but this time in docked. You guys saw what it looked like in handheld mode. Docked is what we're going to check out. But first, let's go ahead and stick in Mario Odyssey on the Switch OLED, which is right over there, and then the white one, and then we will go ahead and check it out on the Switch 2 docked and see if I can spot any differences, see if you guys can spot any differences. So let me go ahead and pause this video so I can go ahead and make that change. Or put the game in, I mean. All right, so the game is in. And we're going to go in here just real quick, and we're just going to check it out for maybe a minute or two. The current backup download style, you say data from, okay, yeah. And we're just going to go in here real quick and just kind of mess around with it and just kind of see how it looks, right? And the reason I want to do that is just to get a base. So when we put in the Switch 2 docked, then we can get a better idea of exactly what these updates are, right? And see if we can even tell the difference. And that's what I'm interested in, because for those of you guys that don't know, the main reason I bought the Switch 2 was because there's games like Pokemon, there's games like both of the Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that I started playing, but because of performance issues, and not even, they weren't, you know, it's just, I felt like they could have done better, and I just stopped playing them, especially with the Switch 2 around the corner. But here we go. So we're seeing Mario Odyssey here. This is what it looks like docked. It looks a little bit better than handheld mode. You can see it's a little, you know, you can see the pixels on the grass, right? Sometimes if you turn the camera too fast, it gets a little blurry. Mario looks pretty decent, right? Let's take a good look at him. I see, like, on his cap, on his brim, the shadow, right? So just keep mental notes of this stuff. Look at the rocks, how they look here. Alright. Look at the grass up front there. It looks a little flat. Especially up on that hill right here. Or not this hill, but this. When you're down here, it looks more flat. It looks painted on, right? But when you get up there, then you can see a little bit more, what do you call that, detail. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap out the docking station for the Switch OLED and put in the docking station for the Switch 2, which is going to be a first for me. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right, while making a transition, I was like, you know what, let me show you guys this as well. So here I have my Switch OLED dock, and I just want to show you real quick, right? So it's got a little wiggle in the dock. You can hear it banging back and forth, right? When we do the Switch 2 on the dock, you don't hear as much of that clanking back and forth. So super interesting. Also, the dock itself has got the USB here on the sides, and it's thicker than the Switch, the regular Switch. So super interesting, right? And I know that this thing has got fans in here, prevent overheating. So yeah, just real quick, want to show you that. I'm gonna go ahead and hook it back up. All right, guys. So the dock is in. It is in, or the Switch 2 is in the dock right over there. I took the Joy-Cons out so I can hook them up to the little Joy-Con thingy. Let's see how this works. I think it's, there we go. Just like how you would do it on the Switch. Bam. Now I do have a Pro controller for the Switch OLED, the original one. I've read that it's compatible with, with the Switch 2. So we're going to test that out as well eventually. If I can ever get this to work. So we're gonna make that test in a different video. We're gonna check to see if it is compatible and exactly how to program it and stuff like that. All right, let me go troubleshoot this thing and see why the heck it's not it is not doing anything here. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so I figured out why it wasn't working. So I was trying to use the brick that came with the Switch 1, and it is not compatible. I mean, it fits, but maybe something with the power wattage or output or something. But yeah, it wasn't working, so I had to actually pull the power brick from the box and set it up for it to work. So wow, I did not expect that. But right here, first thing that pops up is it says the connected TV supports HDR. If you set up HDR, game visuals will be enhanced with vivid color display. To change the display setting later, go to the home menu and select system settings, display adjust HDR. So we'll just do that now real quick. And adjust the display until the pattern on the left is visible and the pattern on the right isn't. When you're done, select next. Okay. Sorry, backwards. I don't. This is not okay. Here we go. We're moving. Pattern on the left is visible, and the pattern on the right isn't. Yeah, this is not yeah, is this the best we can do here? Still seeing both. Pattern on the left is visible and the pattern on the right isn't. Okay, I think. Oh, there we go. On the left is visible, and right isn't. Sheesh. I won't be able to see neither. Okay, I think there we... All right, let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like. All right, this is how the brightness will look during gameplay. To adjust brightness, press Y. All right, let's check it out one more time. I think right there is pretty good. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got Mario Odyssey in here. So let's go ahead and start that bad boy up. Oh, I guess let's install the new software, which is needed. Oh, I guess I will see you guys in a bit. All right, well, let's see, it says 1 minute. Let's wait it out. Yeah, so I'm excited to check out some of these games from the Switch 1 that are now coming on over to the Switch 2, and you know, I hope that they perform well. So Mario Odyssey is not a game that's getting, you know, huge updates. It just seems like a little bit more visually than performance. So we're gonna see right now what that difference is, you know, and how well it looks or not. And FYI, I am using the Joy-Cons that came with the Switch 2, not a Pro Controller. But already I can tell a little bit of a difference here. Look at Mario's hair. Okay, let's start this thing up. It should start us up where we finished off on the OLED one. Okay. Yeah, I can already tell a pretty good difference. Look at how shiny Mario's hat is already. Look at the water dripping off of him. Yeah, even the moon there looks a little different. And the rocks, yeah. Yeah, you can already tell. There's already, yeah. Oh yeah. This is a much bigger difference than I saw with Zelda Breath of the Wild. So look at the floor here. Hold up, let's go back and do that turning of the camera. See, yeah, there's no blurriness at all. There's even additional details like Mario picking up the grass. So, okay, this is impressive. Okay, I am digging this. Look at the rocks. Okay, looks very good. And the other test that we did was right out here. Okay, so the grass still looks pretty flat up here, right? But I think that's just a design choice. I don't think that has anything to do with performance of the game. But yeah, I can already tell the difference between this and the OLED version. Already. Well, you see that little stuttering there? I think there's some ghosting in here too. Yeah, look at that. Here, let me move the camera up. Yeah, man. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was definitely some ghosting there. A little bit of a stuttering. And the camera doesn't move that fast, so... Okay. I don't know if it's just in that area or what, right here. It kind of stuttered a little bit, but hey, not, you know, that's nothing. I got to keep playing the rest of the game, but man, this looks really, really good. Really, really good. Wow. Yeah, I'm digging this. I really am. Game looks gorgeous in comparison to the Switch OLED docked. Now, one of my things was with the Switch OLED, the screen is just so bright, you know, that it just looked better versus the Switch 2. But Mario Odyssey is really doing it for me right now, man. Wow. Okay, so let's go back to the home screen. Let's shut the game off. And let's go ahead and put in Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm super interested to see what docked will look on this. Because if you guys saw my previous video, when I was playing it handheld, I wasn't impressed. Nah, I wasn't impressed at all. So let's go ahead and swap the game out. I'll be right back. Alright, so we are on again. So let's go ahead and click on Zelda Breath of the Wild. Game is already inserted. So let's check it out. And another thing I've noticed, when I'm playing docked, I really like the Pro Controller versus this setup right here. I don't know, something about the Pro Controller that just feels more natural, more comfortable. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. Where were we? I think we were here. Let's see. Yeah, we were here. So another thing too, with Breath of the Wild, I have restarted and played this game like 4 different times. Last time I touched this game was last year, last summer. So I'm gonna start this game over again. I am. I have to. Let's see. So yeah, it's just, I don't know if this grass is throwing me off or what, but look, like there's no detail in this. Like look at the rocks, look at the grass. There's no, there's just no detail. I don't, maybe it's just the game design, it's just how old the game is or what. Maybe Tears of the Kingdom it will be better, but what I can tell you for sure is that it does look better. It does look slightly better docked. There's more reflection, light reflection. Performance, I can definitely tell the difference. Let's go ahead and go down to this dungeon like we did on the handheld version. I don't know if it's a brightness issue or what. I feel like the visuals they're not where I would expect it to be. Mario Odyssey looked great, and that was a free update. I understand that Breath of the Wild, you're getting some additional content, but I just don't know why I'm feeling like this. I don't know if it's a brightness thing. I just don't know what. Let me see if I can change the brightness a little bit on this one. I don't know how to even do that. Screen brightness, I can't do that. Let's see, display, TV resolution. Okay, so it's automatic. Let's do 4K. I didn't even know you can. I thought it was automatic, kind of like the PlayStation is. Dock output information. Okay, so 60 hertz, HDR. Actual output may vary between titles. Refresh rate possible at this resolution. Without HDR, with HDR. Okay, so this is the best we can do. Okay, so there's no 120 hertz here. Full range. Okay, let's do automatic. Adjust green burn-in, reduction. Match TV power state. Turns on TV when you dock your console and switch to TV mode. Okay, HDMI settings will also be turned on. Okay, 120 hertz output is on, but looks like the game is only capable of doing 60. Outputs video at 120 hertz when supported by both TV and software. 120 hertz is supported at 1080p and 1440p resolution. HDR output. Okay, adjust HDR. Let's change this up a little bit. Let's make it a little darker. Okay. So, okay. All right, let's check it out. Let's go back into the game. See if I notice any difference here. Okay. It looks a tad bit better. It definitely looks a tad bit better. Let's go back up to the mountainside. It looks a tad bit better. Maybe I just have to mess with the settings. I'm sorry. I just keep thinking it's like the PS5 where, yeah, it looks good. It looks better. I mean, we're still missing the detail here, right? Let's see if we see any pop-ins or anything like that when we look further out. See if there's any jittering, stuttering. Yeah, I mean it looks decent. It looks good. All right. I think this is probably gonna be the best we can get in a game like this. I think maybe, you know, a more modern game like Tears of the Kingdom might be something that's, you know, we got to look at more. But also it's like, well, if you're gonna charge $10 for a quote-unquote Switch 2 update, I would expect a little bit more. I guess I would just expect a little bit more. But what I will say is the performance is banging. I'm really digging the performance where the game is at as far as, you know, frames. Let's go back into settings real quick and just kind of mess with that, with those options down there and kind of see what we can do. So the game is at 60 hertz, right? That's the most it can do. Let's try this 1440. Let's go up here and see what that looks like. Okay. Way better. Oh, man, maybe not. That was a shot. Oh, no, it's better. It is definitely better. So you see this rock right here. You have some light reflecting off of them. You see a little bit more detail in the rock, especially at the edge. Let's take a glance out there. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It looks better. Let's see what happens if we keep bringing that resolution down. Let's see what happens if we do 720. Okay, you can already tell it looks different. It looks a little more blurry, right? Let's go ahead. Yeah. Look at Link. You know, so I guess the detail is in the character. But yeah, I mean at 720, it looks like how the Switch 1, right? Oh shoot. Okay, so let's leave Link right there. Take a mental note of what he looks like. Let's go change that display. Let's change that resolution back up to 1440, and then we'll try 4K one more time. So we're at 1440. Already looks better. And there's Link. So let's try at 4K one more time. Display. Okay. So yeah, 1440 is the max in this game. I don't see no difference really. But yeah, man, there y'all have it, man. Docked. Yeah, docked is the way to go. Docked, I'm seeing much more difference in fidelity. For sure. For sure. You know what I mean? I just don't know if I should leave it at automatic or what. I guess I have to dig into that a little bit more. I don't know if the Switch does it automatically. There's no way to tell either. So, I don't know. But right here, we'll let you know. Current output. Resolution 2560 by 1440. Refresh rate 60 hertz. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's go back into Zelda real quick. Okay. Then let's close this game out. Let's just close the game out real quick. And let's go into one of my digital games to see if they change the fidelity or something like that automatically. Here, let's try Star Wars Republic Commandos. Okay. Yeah, I still got to figure out what this loading virtual card actually means, man. I really do, because I have very limited idea of what that means. So this is an older game, so let's see. Let's see if it changes.
Here are your orders. Your primary target is the Geonosian leader, Sunfac.
Okay, what's happening
Still the
here?
lead. It is absolutely vital that Sunfac not escape. open back just
messy
before you
with
go any
this one.
further. There's a medical station in your vicinity.
Oh wow, I can't move. Okay. Yeah, I can't move the camera. There we go. Okay, this is all jacked up. This is not working properly, but that's not what we're here for. Let's go check to see. No, not game chat. Oh, that's already gonna be a problem. Let's see what it says in automatic. If it changed anything, display. So automatic dock output. So yeah, it did change it. So you see resolution went to 3840, 2160. So in Zelda, it was at 20 something hundred. So yeah, it is switching it automatically on its own. Okay, super interesting. I'm gonna do more research and see what games are running at 120 hertz because right now I've only seen Zelda Breath of the Wild and Star Wars Republic Commando, and they're both at 60 hertz. But there y'all have it, man. I want to keep dragging the video out. Thank you so much for being here, man. Let me know what you guys think of the video. And hey, I'm just learning. I'm learning right with you guys. I'm showing you guys everything raw and uncut. That way you can see exactly what I'm doing. It's the same thing that a lot of people would be doing as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this stuff. Do you think just based on what you see in the video, docked looks better? To me, docked is the way to go. It's to take full advantage of the visuals, for sure. That is the way to go. Performance, all that. Handheld is decent, but man, docked is where it's at. So there y'all have it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know down in the comment section what else you would like for me to check out in regards to the Switch or anything else in regards to gaming, and then we'll make it happen. We'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.